Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining us today. Would like first to thank you again for being with us for all these sessions. In this uh, session, we're going to talk about building resilient community, and we mean that by building resilient community means developing the capacity of this community to adapt and thrive amid the challenges. So even if it will face climate change, natural disasters like we see today, economic disruption, social changes, this community would have built strong resilience through its strong community networks. So it encouraged actually people to communicate with each other. It have a communication plan. It have a disaster plan. It facilitate actually the coordination and the right responses plan for any challenges that going to face the community. The other thing about this community is that it will build within it also education and awareness program where they will all the members of the community will have studied and took training and education and lifelong learning actually in how to face potential risk and how to be more resilient and build resilient strategies. The third thing is about how to deal with the diverse and flexible economy. So how to promote economic diversity and flexibility and helps in communities to better withstand economic disruption, providing multiple sources of income and development. Part of the community resilience building is that we have local resource management, which means we should have efficiency, resource sufficiency, and creating sustainable management for the local resources. Especially, we should deal efficiently with the water, the energy, the food, and reduce the dependency on external supplies as much as we can. The other thing is that we should invest in resilient infrastructure and technologies wherever it's possible. So we should have our own communication system, as we mentioned earlier. We should have our renewable energy sources as much as we can. We should strengthen the community's ability to respond to crisis. The sixth part for building resilient community is to build an inclusive decision-making community, which it will take into consideration the diverse voices that foster a sense of ownership and collective responsibility. After that, we should build a community that is based on high access to quality healthcare and social services. For example, services that support physical and mental well-being of the member of the community and to make them more resilient to stress and adversity. The other part is we should have disaster preparedness and response plans, where we'll have comprehensive plans in place for disaster preparedness and also make the community more responsive to have quickly and effectively handle the emergencies. The ninth type of building resilience is to have environmental protection program, such as having readiness for the forest or for the deserts, or irrelevant or even the villages regarding the climate change and the environmental threats. And the tenth part is to have a continuous learning and adaptation, which means that we have actually more communities that are evolve relevant to building up resilient strategies due to their response, continuous response to the challenges and the experiences. So in this thing, we mean that then building a community resilience needs a clear plan that is combined with a roadmap for implementing community change by clarifying, for example, what will be done, and then who will do it, and how it will be done, and then, of course, when are we going to do it. So that the community action plan should become a framework for implementing the activities and also deciding when the community will lead itself. So we say that usually it is a process for action, and it is actually attempt for giving solution for long term for a problem that is coming for long term. It is not a quick reaction. It is not determined from outside the community, but it grows and emerges from the affected community towards the strong community. So it is the solution should come within, and then we should avoid activities as lecturing and teaching people, but concentrate more on live projects or live labs, where a form of community discussion engagement is higher. And then we should guarantee that all relevant groups and participate in this lab or these activities, including the minority or the marginalized. We should facilitate also input from all these groups, and we should not allow one group to dominate the discussion. In general, we give solutions. One issue might appear to be not very important. It might be important for others, so we should take care about it. And we should absorb and remember that several points is better than one point when it comes to discussion and driving the solution. And we should use simple language when we do that, and then we should use as simple approaches and material as possible. So we should every resilient community should have a meeting every 6 months to review its status, its challenges, and its resilience and tolerance in general. How to keep the community motivated, how to keep the community inspired, how to trust the community leaders or the community facilitators, how to share the common materials or things or ideas, how to bring integration, intergeneration from the community, and how to bring collaborative projects in general. And in the end, how to make formation for ongoing groups in general. So a resilient community would have actually a partnership. It will have a community foundation. It will have a leadership. It will be based on mobilizing the business in general to promote the economic development. It will have channels and of donors who fund the local community, or it will be self-funded by the local community based on self-sufficiency projects, and it will build skills and connections within it and with the other world. And this will help us to bring live models. So once we have resilient communities, we will have live models, which will help us to show the world what means resilience economy. Now, in this part, I give a case study about self-sufficiency that we have done in different sectors, including, for example, the food sector in certain developing countries where one of the countries was suffering from scarcity of food, and how the palace or the royal family help in opening their gardens and so on to mitigate the risk of scarcity of food of certain time, and to minimize also the dependence from bringing food from outside the country. This is an example, but there are lots of examples that we can talk about in the future case studies. Now, I think I will leave it here, and thank you very much for your attendance and participation in all these classes, and hope to see you again in next classes. Thank you.